Hello! Welcome back to my land. This is one of those videos that already have talent. Okay, this not encourage me. I want to really make this video. I want to teach you how to paint your dolls, starting with materials, face up, hair, outfit, and all the good things. To the beginning. Materials first. Pure acetone. I use to remove the factory paint. You can also use nail polish remover. The difference is that the remover takes a longer time to be effective to the paint. Watercolor pencils. To make a good repaint, it's necessary to use it. The other pencils have oils in their composition, and it makes the sealant does not work. It becomes sticky and does not dry. About brands is a question of preferences. Currently, I've been using the other pencils. It's an Italian brand, and its price is the best, reaching the half cost of the many popular brands. And this is a very good thing, because you are saving money and buying a good material. I'm also using Caran d'Ache pencils. Both of these pencils have a strong fixation. Well, you'll see in this video how they work. And about the other brands, we have Faber-Castell as the most popular, followed by Derwent, and I already heard that Staedtler work very nicely. Pencil sharpener. Keeping the tip of the pencil very sharp is something very important when you are creating a face-up. A very thin tip allows you to create more details, but I particularly prefer an Xzact knife. Not even the best sharpeners can give you a tip long and thin as a blade can do. But be careful, these blades can cause serious cuts. Soft pastels. I use it to make a countless type of gradients, blushes, and shadows on the dolls. I use this selection of 64 colors from Mica Pastels, which is a popular and cheap brand. If you have a small budget, they have this box with 12 intense colors. You can also find other brands like Pen Pastels, this is the best one, Arteza, Lucas Pastels, and etc. All depends on your budget. Acrylic paint. It's very common to see artists who paint all faces with acrylic paint, which is not my case. I usually use them to illuminate the colors that are not opaque in the pencil's painting. I also use them to paint accessories and details on costumes. You can find these paints in the big tubes of different colors, including metallic ones. You don't need a big palette. I use this little kit from Talents with 8 colors. Mixing them, I get the other colors. In addition to acrylic paints, you can also use paints for airbrush, even if you don't have one. I already tried to apply with a soft brush, and it worked very well. I use the brand Vallejo Game. Painting varnish. So important as painting is to keep it fixed. For this, I use this local varnish from SAV brand. I apply 3 layers mixed with water to keep it smooth. I use another version from the same brand to make the eyes shine. Mr. Superclear. This is the most beloved and hated sealant of all. And for a good reason. This sealant is very expensive and not available in all countries. It not only protects but facilitates the fixation of the pencils and pastels. The only problem is that it's highly toxic. It's necessary to use a mask with a filtration. These masks are very expensive too, but worth the investment to keep yourself safe. I recommend you to use the UV kit. It brings more protection to the colors. The reason for I'm using the matte one is because I saw the Lightfuls using this on the Glacian's video, so I decided to test by myself. And also because I have a lot of these cans and no one likes waste, right? Here's a comparison with these two horrible face-ups. For me, both are similar. I think the only difference is in terms of color protection, because the price is almost the same with just $2 under. But the question is there any alternative to this sealant? The answer is yes. Recently, I tried some alternatives that work very well. Come in Liquidtex matte varnish. It does not have the same composition as the Mr. Superclear, but it works very well. It leaves a touch a little bit rough, but the quality is still very good. The other brands of sealants used by coatumizers are Tester Zucot and Citadel Pure Seal. Both work very nicely. Epoxy Sculpt, a clay-shaped resin that we use to make modifications such horns, bush, face, and practically unlimited things that our imagination can create. can be sanded, is waterproof, and have a great durability and resistance. Pliers. I use to bend metallic armature structures like horns and other modifications. Nail baffers are used to sand the curved parts of the dolls, in addition to their flexibility, allowing to reach the place that sandpaper does not allow. Cat brush is used to brush the yarn and make the wefts for the wigs, or application directly on the doll's scalp. Mica glitter and mica powder. This is a secondary material. It can be used to decorate eyes, clothes, and other accessories. As nail art decoration, always come in handy, especially for the small details in decoration. White glue and UV2 glue. White glue can be used in many ways, from creating wefts for wigs or applying eyelashes. I'm using this local version for Elmer's glue. UV2 glue is a kind of sticky silicone. I use it to seal the plugs after rerooting of the hair. It's also good for gluing small details on clothes and accessories. I also use tacky glue, but in this moment I have no one. Rerooting tool. Well, this is my homemade replugging tool. I use the handle of an Xzact knife and a number 7 needle cut in an angle. To use it, just take a lock of synthetic hair, fold it in a loop over your finger, keep it in the eye of the needle, and stick it in the hole of the head. If you want to make sure the needle size is correct, just position the eye of the needle in the hole. It should enter slightly but tight. But if you want, you can buy yours on sites like AliExpress or dollyhair.com. Tweezers. I use it to help to remove tufts of hair, like pliers. Also to hold small objects when you are painting or applying spray. Brushes. You don't need to have a large amount of brushes, but sometimes we are looking to find some kits at very cool prices. I usually use makeup brushes for shading and blushing, and brushes for nail art design because they have the delicacy necessary to make eyes, traces, and small parts. Erasers. I use a dust-free eraser to remove the big mistakes and more accessible. And a kneadable gum for more difficult to reach parts and for more delicate details, like eyebrows. Cotton gloves are necessary to keep the doll's new face away from the oils and sweaty from our hands. If you can find it, you can use surgical gloves too, but with a little more careful to not erase the details and shadings the face with the rubber of the glove. With all these materials in hand, we can finally start our face up. These two poor girls volunteered for a new makeover. They really need. Okay, again I'm using a generic doll, but this time is for a good reason, I swear. First, let's remove her hair. Cut it as short as possible with the scissors. Now we sink her head and let she reflect about the light for a few seconds. This will soften the glue inside the head, and so with the help of dishwash towel, off the head. And using the tweezer, we remove the tufts of hair from inside the head. Ew, so disgusting. A few tufts later, we are able to use the pure acetone to remove the factory painting. With a wonderful and extremely toxic sealant Mr. Superclear, we apply 2 or 3 layers to create the friction on the vinyl surface, and wait 30 minutes to dry, and after that time we can start the face up. First, the generic cladding. With a brown pencil, start the sketch. You shouldn't squeeze the pencil or use force. You should draw lightly, so if you made a mistake, you can erase without much effort. No need to be hurried. Be calm and take your time. Beautiful things take a time to be made. Here is a trick to help you with eyebrows. Take a piece of cardboard, Measure the eyebrow, draw the shape you want. With the help of an Xzact knife, empty the drawing to make it a stencil. Then just position it on the eyebrow region and apply the soft pastels with the brush. Then use a kneadable gum to reshape the eyebrow. Easy brow! Using the same brow pencil, give it more opaque color and sharpness. Draw some fur to make it look more natural. It's a good time to sketch the eyelashes and eyelids. Blush time. This time I'm going to use the little 12 color Mungo pastels. First the cheeks and then the lips. Always using erasers and a brush to reach the corners. I decided to give her a beautiful green eyes. For me, it's the perfect combination with her skin tone. For this, we are using 3 shades of green, starting with the clearest. Before I build the layer, we change to the green a little darker, to trace the edges of the pupil and draw under the waterline at the top, to cause the effect of the eyeshadow, and we make the iris. It gives me a kind of Esmeralda vibes from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Pretty eyes. With a scarlet pencil, we add more colors to the lips. And finally add the white of the eyes. In this moment the dose brings alive. And as you can see, the Giotto pencils work well, as Caran d'Ache pencils too. Now details, a little white under the eyebrow. Using white to make your work look more professional. Illuminate the eyelid. And draw a line with the pink to make the lower waterline. So beautiful! Time to seal our first layer. While this doll is drying, let's go to the second. Well, just repeat the whole process using different colors. Sketching, applying pastels, this time a pink shade. From the lighter to the darker in the eyes. Increasing the color in the lips. And illuminating with the white pencil. And sealing the first layer. Back to our generic clothing, I apply the color black to increase the contrast and eyelashes design. See the difference? She's almost ready. Time to move to the acrylic paint. In this case, I will use for the white color to be even more intense. Time to shine the eyes. I paint a white detail on the Cleo's lips to make it look like teeth. Now we put the heads back in the place, taking care to not lose our minds. Ruin the face-up. Generic bodies are very easy to fit. And then I changed my mind. Such a beautiful face-up deserves a better hair. So I remove all the hair. Good thing about these fake dolls is don't have glue inside. So just pull the plug and they come easily. I also trim the ears. I wrap their heads in plastic film and build a cap using paper mache. I will not show this process of building the wig because I already showed it in my previous video, the lilac. Okay, time to see our girls. I hope I helped you with this video. Sometimes it's not about having expensive material, but about using your creativity. This is the first video in a series about first steps. The next video will be about outfits. After all, these girls can't be naked forever, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye bye.